Alright everyone, we are finally back after 5 years. We're back. I can finally say it. We are back. Back to the hobby, back to the channel, back to all of this. So in this video I'm gonna talk a little bit about the past, like what happened, what I've been up to, what I'm up to these days, and some about my plans for the near future, like my projects and the channel and everything. Well, first I should apologize for the poor lighting. It's not the best, is it? And the audio might not be very good either because I'm just recording with my phone and the mic is not the best. But anyway, let's start from the past, from the bad stuff, so that we can, get more positive as the video progresses. But basically, why did I take such a long break? Well, first, some of you might remember that I bought a new air compressor in 2020, like late 2020, I think it was. I had all sorts of problems with it. I used to paint with like a mini compressor, a Chinese mini compressor that held up pretty well, and most of my paint jobs were with that small little cube there, and it's held up pretty well. But then at one point it just started having problems, and those things have a relatively short lifespan. That one, as I said, was not very short-lived. But yeah, I wanted to upgrade to a better compressor, something with a tank, something more serious and durable and professional, right? So I spent what at the time was a lot of money for me. I didn't have a job, I was just a student, and it was like the biggest purchase of my life at the time. And it turned out to be a complete disappointment, right? I bought like 3 or 4 different moisture traps with like the regulator built in and all that, thinking that was a problem because it could not really control the air pressure. So painting was impossible. But I think the problem was the air compressor. Like nothing worked. I tried millions of things, nothing worked. And yeah, that really frustrated me. I had a lot of things that I wanted to paint, that I had to paint. And then eventually my projects that I had sitting on my workbench started collecting dust, and I was like, man, I'm not going anywhere with this. I need to paint all of this. And I didn't have any way to do it. So I just thought I might as well put them all in boxes until I can paint again. And then my work area itself started to collect dust. I don't have it anymore, so I have this one, which is much bigger, much better, and I'm very happy with it. So that was basically it. That was the story. And I had to put everything in boxes so that one day it could come back. And putting everything in boxes kept my stuff, my tools and my kits and everything organized. But at the same time, it made the process of coming back a lot more difficult and a lot more daunting, right? So I actually tried to come back to the hobby for 2 summers, or at least I was meaning to do it, but I never took the first step because of how overwhelming it looked, right? And then finally this summer, in December, I was like, man, I have to do it this summer. And well, I broke through the barrier. I had the motivation and the discipline to do it, and it was a lot of work, and I had to sweat a lot. It's the summer here, so it's hot and you sweat and you get tired easily. In fact, right now, I'm sweating a little because it's hot. I had to turn off the fan because of the video, but I wish I could keep it on. But yeah, it took a lot of discipline, but I'm finally here. It's not 100% ready yet, but I can, start working on stuff. I have a nice place, a nice work area. I just need to finish up some details of the lighting and some other stuff. This is the new compressor. Funnily enough, it's like the successor of the old compressor. I have the same compressor, and it's kind of funny that I'm back to scale modeling with the compressor that's like the successor of the one I used to use, and the one that got me into airbrushing, and the one that gave me so many memorable moments and so many stress-free moments. But yeah, this is it. Very simple compressor. It's a bit more refined, and it looks less like a toy because the other one was like white, black, some chrome details, red buttons with lights. So it looked a little bit like a toy, but yeah, it was great. But yeah, this is what I'm going to be using. Something simple and small, very important. I want something that doesn't take up a lot of space. And there are other like mini compressors, and I might, look into them. But yeah, for now, this is my compressor, right? It also comes with a very simple airbrush. I don't know what airbrush I'm going to be using. I have a few. But yeah, this is a compressor, and yeah, I'm excited about starting painting again. And one thing on a more personal note that is really exciting about this period of my life, and about coming back to the hobby, this might be the first time that I can finally balance the 2 activities that I love doing the most, which are scale modeling and skateboarding. I started building models in 2014, and since then, I never had a period where I was like, okay, I can do both, like, comfortably. Let's go back to that, 2014, right? February 2014. I started building scale models. Some of you might know this, but I started because I had broken my arm in December 2013. So imagine, high school me, a lot of free time, I could skate all the time, and then suddenly my arm is broken. I have to spend a lot of time away from my board. I was like, man, what am I gonna do? And I was like, hey, I might give the Gunpla thing a try. I had been meaning to do it for a while. And then I finally did it, right? And that summer was, I'll never forget it. But yeah, then eventually I came back to skateboarding. I got on my board again, and I was just not the same skater as I was before the injury. First, physically it feels different. Like, skateboarding is very unforgiving. You have to relearn stuff all the time. But also, like, my confidence was really affected. It was much lower than before the injury. So I gradually, like, lost motivation, like, very gradually. There were ups and downs, but I skated until 2018, like early 2018, around that time. That was precisely when I was taking scale modeling the most seriously. Like in every build I was pushing myself to learn new things. Contests, I was participating in a lot of contests. The community was very active. Creating content, I was creating a lot of content, videos or work in progress albums with like 3 different languages for the description of each picture. Like I was very, very like invested in scale modeling. So it was like one or the other. I could never have both. Right? Because then in 2021 I had the air compressor incident, let's call it that. And then I kind of like stopped building models. I took a long, long break until now. And that was 2021, right? So October 2021, I'm doing my teacher training and then I have the assistantship program. I start to attend classes, start finally going out after the pandemic. And I have to attend classes to observe and to slowly, start doing more work as a teacher with the classroom and whatnot. And then I was like, man, I'm starting to go out again and my board is looking at me like, come here. And then I pick up my board and, I start skating after my lessons. And that's how I got back into skateboarding, precisely when I stopped, building models. So it was always like one or the other, never both. So that's what I've been doing until now, right? I had an injury between 2023 and 2024. I couldn't skate for like a year because of a ligament in my ankle. It was nasty. But other than that, I was just skating. So now I think I can, even though I'm busy working right now, it's summer, so I have a summer break. Nowadays, I have a job, I work, I'm a full-time English teacher. So you would imagine that it's like the hardest period for me to, combine these two very contrasting activities, right? But I think I might do it, I think I'm gonna be able to keep that healthy balance, and that's something that makes me really happy, and I'm really stoked about that. I wanted to share that with you guys because for me it's huge, right? It's the first time I'm gonna be able to, I think, I'm gonna be able to balance both activities. So yeah, that's it about the present. We talked a little bit about the past, what happened, what went on, and a little bit about the present. But now, let me tell about the future, the near future, because I have to tell you what my plans are, right? So I don't want to start any new projects without finishing the ones that I have like sitting on my workbench, right? I want to continue exactly where I left off. So the first project I'm going to be revisiting is the Vidnagina diorama, right? So in the channel, you have one work in progress video, which I'm going to link here in the corner, right? And that's a work in progress 1, all about the MS construction, right? Building the Vidnagina, detailing the Vidnagina, doing modifications to the Vidnagina. But I have insane amounts of footage from like 2018 to 2021 for this, like for the diorama base. So I was thinking of doing this. Part 1, MS construction. Part 2, diorama construction. Part 3, painting, right? But then I started editing before, I got everything ready. I started working on that and I realized, man, it's just a ton of footage from the diorama base. So I'm gonna be posting 2 videos just for the diorama base. So part 2 is ready to be posted, and it's gonna come after this video. Part 3 need to edit, and it's 6.5 hours of footage, right? So I'm gonna try to narrow that down to like 30 minutes at most, maybe 32, something like that. I've had longer videos. I remember the Dom diorama, I had like a 35-minute video or something. But I'm gonna try to keep it as short as possible while still keeping the essence of the video. So, but yeah, that's all footage from 2018 to 2021. So part 1, MS construction, it's on the channel. Part 2, ready to be posted, diorama based. Part 1, let's call it. And work in progress 3, that's gonna be diorama base part 2. And part 4 is gonna be painting. It's all about painting, right? The diorama base, the building, the sidewalk, the street, everything. And the MS. I have a big Medina here, I don't know if you can see it. I have some pieces here. that I've been moving to alligator clips. I got new alligator clips and other stuff. I have a lot of new tools like nippers and my hobby knife, and have these saws and sanding sticks and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna be editing this stuff, and then I'm gonna be painting, right? I don't know when all that will be up, but it won't take too long. It's been 5 years, right? So even if you wait 3 months, that's, it's nothing compared to what you waited between part 1 and part 2. But yeah, this video is gonna be up, and then I will give it a few days and then post the part 2 video for David Medina. And yeah, I'm gonna finish that project and then tackle a few other ones that I have like sitting and waiting for me, like, hey, come back to me, it's been a long time. And yeah, it's been a long time. And I want to restart by, taking accountability for the, I'm not gonna say lack of discipline, but, some things were just factors that I couldn't control. But yeah, unfinished projects, I'm not very happy about that. So I want to finish all that. First the Big Nagina, and then I'll see what comes next. But yeah, those are my plans for the future, and I'm really excited about this and my comeback in general and interacting with the community, because I'm cooking all of this behind the scenes. Like, very few people know that I'm coming back to the hobby. I'm not gonna say I missed the community. I missed the community in the past because I already feel like I'm back, right? But yeah, that's gonna be all. Thank you for watching. It's just me talking, but I wanted to announce that I'm back and talk a little bit about, as I said, the past, what happened, present, what I'm up to, and what you can expect to see from me. But that's gonna be all. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.